How well do you know people? How well do you know yourself? We have different kinds of relationships, and the depth of them depends on how much we know about each other. You might know where someone works or how many kids they have. You might know their spouse or what their hobbies are. These are things we know about many people. This is like an acquaintance type of relationship. You know their stats. You certainly create connections by knowing those things, and knowing where they last went on vacation is a bonus. Rich and Howard became friends because of their child's common interests. Their boys were in Boy Scouts together, and both Rich and Howard had many interesting hobbies, and they became more than just acquaintances. Having commonalities is all fine and good, but does it mean you really know someone? There's another level of familiarity. You may also know that someone struggles with alcohol or they're estranged from their parents. You might know that their spouse cheated on them or they're about to lose their job. These are secrets we don't share with just anyone. We only share them with a good and trusted friend. Now, we're often closer because of those conversations, and sometimes those secrets are what draw us together, a common struggle or a common enemy. We might have the same ideas about politics or religion or what we're passionate about in life. Rich and Howard knew each other's secrets. They supported each other through disappointments and celebrated accomplishments. They traveled together and wrote each other comical poetry. When they turned 50 years old, they did their version of a triathlon and repeated it again when they turned 60. Their lives intersected because they planned it. They were very different men. One was a businessman and traveled the world. The other taught humanities and got into really interesting adventures after he retired. It wasn't simply that they had things in common that drew them together. It was their appreciation of their differences. Now, sharing each other's secrets or having a similar passion is wonderful, but there's still a deeper level of friendship. Do you know people well? Do they know you? The deepest level of friendship is marked by knowing, caring, and supporting each other apart from yourself. Deep relationships are marked by knowledge and understanding of the other person's spirit. You know what they have faith in. Is it themselves or the government? Is it their spouse or their friends or God or the universe? You know what they hope for. And even though those hopes may be drastically different than yours, you're intrigued by them. You know what they're grateful for. And again, you may have very different values, but you're so happy that they have something to be grateful for. You know that they have a life purpose, what it is, and how they've pursued it. Yours doesn't have to be the same, or you might not even have a life purpose. You simply appreciate that they do. You know what brings them joy. You know what makes them feel loved, and you've shown it to them. And you also know how they show love. You've experienced it. You feel appreciated by them. You know they care about you too. They know as much about you as you do about them. They've taken the time to focus on you and take their eyes off themselves. They don't compete with you. They're always in your corner, and they're proud to call you their friend. You know what's meaningful to them and how they would describe a perfect day. Knowing these things about someone else means you know their spirit. Sometimes we don't even know how our children or friends or even spouse would answer those questions. When Howard's passing was imminent, he called for the love of his life and children and Rich to say goodbye. The two men sat together, reminisced a bit, and held hands. They had lived a lifetime together, knowing each other's spirit. Their beautiful, lifelong friendship was based on knowing each other deeply and understanding their differences and appreciating all the other one was. To see and know and understand someone, get to know their spirit. To see and know and understand yourself, get to know your spirit. We were meant for deep connection. Our spirit is longing to be known, and our spirit is longing to give. It takes time and effort. It takes vulnerability and understanding. It takes knowing yourself first and sharing it with others. It takes putting yourself aside because you long to know them. How well do you know others? Go to this deeper level. Be well.